A warm welcome back to Spectacle Island for episode 19 with me, Mr. Seeley P. As you've just seen, some forklifting has been done. I'm up to 1.6 hours of forklifting. So in case you were thinking any nefariousness has occurred, that was all loaded with the forklift. Why have I loaded it that way and not the other way? Well, I'll be honest with you, I did try to load it sideways, so this bit here was facing out, then I could get far more on. However, this particular trailer, the straps are so far apart that I had some stacks that weren't strapped at all. I was concerned on those dodgy corners. Sometimes you can. I didn't want to lose pallets basically flying off. That being said, I filled the entire trailer with all of my hay, and the back corner, this double stack there, is straw. So I filled the trailer, took a little bit from there as well. So it didn't really matter which way around I put it. Happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day to anyone out there who is celebrating. I've got a couple of jobs I want to get done today. It's going to be, I suppose, a little bit stream-esque, I suppose. I mean, that said, my last few episodes I've been chatting constantly anyway. I'm going to take this down to the straw, or the pallet cell point. This is heavy, it feels heavy. I need to be very gentle with this. Now, as you've already seen from the thumbnail, there's something I want to show you, something I thought I'd do as a kind of, I don't know, a celebratory gift to our cousins across the pond. So out on field 7, I did some planting of flowers. Whoa, that's got a real tip on it. I've got to be so careful when I'm turning. I need to slow right down in a straight line, then turn, I think. So I thought I'd combine a bit of a kind of history lesson into doing this job, and the other job I'm going to do, actually, you know what, let's stop on the hill. I think it might have been Smock Farmer that mentioned this and kind of put the idea in my head, really. Field 5 I'm going to buy like so for 70 something grand. I'm going to get the Devourer, and we're going to clear that field using the Devourer, which means we'll get the wood chips as well. I'm going to put the Devourer hopefully on the front of this. I'm going to get the 250,000 litre trailer, and we're going to wood chip the trees. All the wood chips will take off and sell as well, which means we've now got another field, plus we're going to clear it. So I thought I'd do a bit of devouring while we're doing it. Now, 4th of July, Independence Day. For those of you that do know, fantastic. There may be loads of you out there. Like me, I knew some bits. I knew bits I'd learned at school, bits I'd picked up from documentary programs and things like that, and films and whatever. 1776, 4th of July, Declaration of Independence. Now, it was declared on the 2nd of July, but ratified as far as I can tell. Some people argue it wasn't until August, because there's some argument over when all the signatures were made on it, but 4th of July is the kind of the date that everyone goes by. And so the 13 colonies that existed at the time were no longer subject and subordinate to the monarch of Britain, King George III, who was a bit of a nasty piece of work. And what I find fascinating about the whole thing, and it's that thing of generations, I suppose. If you move to a country now, most countries, is it 5 years before you can go for citizenship, or is it more? Maybe it's different for different countries, potentially. Whoa, slowly does it. But it comes down to when the colonies were first established, which is what I find fascinating. So when you think about it, 1776, the 13 colonies wanted to move away from British rule. And what's interesting, I've read those different forums and people talking about why did the Americans put up with British rule for as long as they did. When you think about it, the people that lived in the 13 colonies were, for all intents and purposes, mostly from Europe. They were Europeans. That was the whole, apart from the Native Americans already lived there, most of them were European, a lot of them being British, but Dutch, French, German, all different nationalities. Spanish, I think, as well, although Spanish generally went more southern, like South American countries. Anyway, I'll stop there. So it's interesting that the concept of Americans wanting to be free from British rule, when it was really kind of Europeans to start off with. But here's the thing, so it comes down to when the colonies were first established. Now, as far as I was kind of aware from what I learned at school, that kind of thing, was the Pilgrims, 1620, going over, Plymouth Rock, all that kind of thing. Been doing a bit of research about this. Various different charters were given to various different people and companies and private enterprises. The first being in the 1580s, which was by Sir Walter Raleigh, who ended up going to Roanoke Island. So the Roanoke Island colony was formed, and it failed, didn't work due to famine and droughts and various different things. The second Roanoke colony was established in 1587, and that is referred to as the Lost Colony. So 1587 it was established. By 1590, people went to the Roanoke colony, and every single inhabitant had disappeared, gone. The colony was empty, not a soul there. So it's known as the Lost Colony. So that was kind of another failed one. The first properly established one was actually in, I've got it written down, 1607, so not 1620, 1607, and it was Virginia. It was by the Virginia Company, and it was the first what they considered to be enduring colony, which meant it had a bit more longevity to it and lasted a bit longer. So between 1607 and 1776, which is what, 170 years, 169 years, something like that, you had 13 colonies. The population went in those years from just over 2,000 to 2.5 million people in that span, which again I found amazing. So anyway, yeah, so here's to all our Americans, all you guys. I mean, there's loads of you out there, I know, DJ and Big Papa C and Farmer Pierce, and I'm going to miss him, Farmer Min, and all you guys, golf cart jockey and whatever. Happy Independence Day, happy 4th of July. What we're going to do is pop on to, if we go to Placeables, it's probably easier, isn't it? Let's just go with, we'll go with the, right, so this route. Now, unfortunately, under Jim's things, we had red flowers and we had white flowers, but I didn't have any blue. So the reds are better closer up. So we're red and white. So our 13 colonies, and I've gone for the Betsy Ross flag. The Betsy Ross flag being the initial, supposedly the initial, there is some debate over this as well. So the current flag and the flags over previous years, each star represents a new state. The first one had 13 in a circle for representing, as with the stripes, the 13 colonies. So the stars and stripes as it was kind of originally. And it progressed to now it's got 50 stars on it, crammed up into the top left-hand corner. But I thought, yeah, it's a nice gesture, isn't it? I was really pleased with how it turned out. Can you tell? I was really hoping there were some blue flowers. I was going to do the blue with the white on, but couldn't quite manage it. Admittedly now though, I'm going to have to plough all this up and reseed, but it doesn't matter. It's for a good cause. Say cause, it's for a good reason. I've done a nice thing. So, anyway, yeah. Now, back to the history lesson. The first 13 colonies. Now, obviously, being that they were East Coast colonies, predominantly, and these aren't in date order or anything like this. These, I think, I did them north to south. I mean, to be honest with you, pop quiz. If any of you know, without looking it up, without checking, at this point in the video, stick it in the comments. What do you think the first 13 colonies were? If you've paused it, doesn't matter. I'm going to talk through it anyway. We've got New Hampshire, Massachusetts. Now, a lot of these were made up with smaller colonies as well. Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. So, first 13. It's like I say, there's a lot of bits of I didn't know about this stuff. Virginia being the first, I didn't know that. I always under the impression it was the Plymouth Rock, you know, Pilgrims, that kind of thing. Now, I don't know if these are going to unload from the trailer or whether I'm going to need to bring something down to unload. Please, dog, don't walk in the way. I realised the other day when I was doing my video and I started talking about being a dog owner and then having been a postman and being bitten by dogs, and I kind of trailed off and I didn't finish my story. In that now, no. Where'd he go? It's me right under there somewhere. Once I became a dog owner, once I capitulated and said to my family, okay, let's get a dog. It's amazing how you become a lot more... Oh, hang on. Whoa, whoa, yeah, we're going. We're making money. Oh, what have I hit? Wow, you're right there. Excellent. So you think about it, you do a few more runs like that and you've paid for your palletising haul. I've still got the straw to go and I've got loads more straw pellets and loads more hay pellets. Yeah, so like I say, once I got a dog, you become so much more understanding, is that the right word? I suppose you do, yeah. And how that kind of, not that I was ever, I was never pro cruelty to animals, you know what I mean? But stuff on TV and things like that now, I react a lot more differently. I suppose the same as when you have kids too. It's weird. Anyway, as I keep saying. Oh, hang on a minute. You know what we'll do while we're here? Back to the history lesson. So what I was saying about what I found fascinating, in that 169 years, from the first established settlement in 1607 to 1776, how the peoples that had come from Europe, probably to get away from British rule and the rules of their, you know, countries, and to follow the religious beliefs they wanted to and that kind of thing, to then consider themselves to be a different nationality. But I suppose when you think 169 years, it's a long time. And they would do, you know, generations would have been born in the country and you would consider yourself to be from there, not from anywhere else. So I started looking into something else which I thought was a bit fascinating. It's the first US president, George Washington. I just did a bit of searching up on George Washington and again found out something I didn't know, and it was this. George Washington's ancestors came from Britain. From, believe it or not, a place called Washington Old Hall in Washington, Tyne and Wear, which is the north of England, pretty much equidistant between Newcastle, Durham and Sunderland. So the first president of the United States of America, George Washington, his family had originally come from the north of England, which a lot did. When I did Bucks County, Pennsylvania, I did about William Penn, and you know, obviously they were people that had gone out there to the New World, and it's fascinating stuff, it really is. But anyway, lecture over. I won't go on anymore, but it's just things I found out. Bits you may know, bits you might not, and just something to talk about as well when it's Independence Day. Oh, I need the store. Oh, I'll do it from my tablet. So we want, it's going to be under miscellaneous. No, it's not. It's going to be under forestry, isn't it? What am I talking about? The Devourer. How much is it to lease? Fair enough. I'm going to change the main colour. Let's go with, is that going to be 2 green? Is that the colour I went with for, I think, my mod review, didn't I? Do we leave it gold? What's this one? Yeah, we'll go with that. Stands out a bit, doesn't it? Design colour we'll leave a... no, we'll do that green. There we go. Let's lease that. So, oh no, not buy. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to chop some trees down. The animals are all sorted for the time being. I'm going to clear that field. I've got crops growing on slow. Plus this is also going to be, it's coming out today, so it's going to be coming out on Sunday. And I've got some other bits and bobs to do too. Family things, so this may be, I know I always say this, it may be slightly shorter. So my plan from now, clear a load of trees, get a load of wood chips, let's get this thing rocking and rolling, and then I'll probably take the wood chips I'll take them by boat. A few people have been asking actually about the boat situation, and what do you do if you tab out of it, if you accidentally press the button and you tab away from it, because you can't tab back to the boat or the ferry. And unfortunately you have to swim out to them. You can get back into them when you swim over to them, but you have to swim to them. And if you get them stuck, you have to try and either get them unbeached, so to speak, or go back to your previous save. So my advice would be, if you're going to use the barge or the boat at any point, do a save beforehand, just in case anything goes horribly wrong, and you can go back to your previous save to sort it out. Jim messaged me the other day. He's been working on an update to the boat, just kind of looks to the whole thing, and a couple of other little bits and bobs. So there should be another update coming out soon. Nothing major, nothing that's going to need a new save game or anything like that. But, yeah. Whoa. Now the other thing I was going to say, and this is from memory, I haven't actually looked this up, and I apologise if this is wrong, and I can't remember all the details, just the kind of broad strokes, that during, what battle was it? It was up around New York way, I'm pretty sure it was, and one of the British captives on the deck of a boat, I'm sure it was, and I forget his name, was the guy who wrote the American National Anthem. Am I right about that? I thought it was. I could be wrong, but I'm sure it was. If I remember when I do the edit, I'll put his name up on the screen. So we'll grab the larger trailer. Everything's growing, everything's doing what it should be. I'm still in two minds what to do about the gold situation. And the problem I've had as well, I've tidied up these pallets. Every time I save the game and come back, strangely, the straw and hay pellet pallets all remained where they were. These refillables, every time I come back on after saving, are scattered all over the place. So I've sort of tied them up again. I'm assuming when I come back on, they're going to be all over the place. So what I might also do, something I was thinking about, was if we check the map. So they're all done now, 1 to 4, and they should all be fully fertilised. Fields, you can see where I did the bit in the middle there. I'll sort that out. And then field 10 is good to go. Now, as far as what I own on field 10, I do own rights there. Now, if you look at field 10, this bit here has got trees on it, so I could take the whole rig out there as well, clear those trees for wood chips, and I could make the field, extend it out. I mean, it's going to be a funny shape, but I could bring it out a bit further that way to enlarge it. And then at some point, I think we'll do field 11, That's only 58 grand, so we can extend field 10 and 11 right out. Field 1110. Yeah, that'll be the next purchase, I think, after clearing field 5. Right, disconnect that. Let's hook this up. I think as it stands at the moment, I'm on a straight shot through. I haven't paused in my editing yet. Now I'm hoping it should load into this trailer. I don't see why it wouldn't. So I should be able to just keep going until I've got 250,000 litres of wood chips. I'm pretty sure the boat takes 180,000. The silo by the boat takes 200. So I'll be able to do a full trailer of this and do a load and then come back and do a bit more. I'm assuming I'm going to fill this in no time. I'm going to go out. What's my best way of getting to field 5? Can I get to up past the mansion? Maybe. Let's have a look. If not, I'll come at it from the other way. Oh, I'm just thinking, if I go past the stables, can I get to the field from here? I can. There we go. Or is that field 6? Hang on, that might be field 6. Where am I? Oh no, that's field 5. It's going to need ploughing all the rest of it, and I've bought that, so I own this bit here as well. So we'll see how much of this we can clear, and then maybe we can extend some out. So I'm hoping it's going to work all right. Let's do pipe out. Turn that on. And let's see how we fare. That's a problem. Why is that not raised and lowering? Showing that it is. No. Oh, that's not good. I might have to use a tractor instead. Well, it's no biggie, I'll just use a tractor. But I can't drop that down to the tree. Why won't that lower? I'm not getting any wood chips either. Uh-huh. Right, I know what I'll do. If I put this to one side, I'll use the Trans 70 and then I can unload the Trans 70 into this. But I'll use that with the tractor. That's what I'll do. Now I will cut. Cut! Next soon! Back in a jiffy. Tractor grabbed. Trans 70 grabbed. Let's try this again. And what side did I have to do it to get rid of the stump? That side. Okay. I mean, this is going to be so much quicker than doing it before, and also the fact that I'm getting the wood chips from it, whereas before we just kind of, when I did the login, but super speedy. I love this thing. I think it's absolutely brilliant. wood chipping the way it's supposed to be. No, it's not. I wonder how much we're going to get off this field. No, I know wood chips aren't as profitable as doing the lumber. It is, like I say, it's a pity that the biogas plant doesn't take them, or we could do composting or something. The maps that have composting with wood chips, I love that as an option. So, every now and again, it is showing what the total is down the bottom. Every now and again, you just have to turn at the right angle and then the trailer will fill up. Because the actual wood chipper itself will hold 20,000 litres, so... Turn. We're filled, we are. I suppose I should do it in some semblance of an order. I am really curious to see what we're going to end up with. It's going to be a fair amount. How much I do know. So we should make a tidy bit back on this. We should easily cover the lease of the wood chipper, which is great, because it's not cheap to buy, and it was about £6 to lease. I say we should make our money back, we should. I hope so. I wonder, because part of that thing about on FS19 when they were talking about the crop types, in the blog it said something about mulching. So I'm wondering whether wood chips are going to play a larger part. So they're going to be not irrigation per se, but if you mulch, will it trap more moisture? Or, you know, I don't know, it's all pie in the sky, isn't it? But it's curious. I wonder why. On some of the small trees it does the wood chipping and takes the stump out no problem. On the larger ones it just doesn't seem to like it as much. Is the tractors to them? There we go. You just need to get it to turn the right way every now and again, and then we're sorted. Actually, the bit I wanted to look at as well was over that side, not this part of the field. Let's whiz over and have a look at that. Can we clear any of this side bit so we can extend the field? Oh, there we go. Now it's filling up. Isn't that weird? Yes, we can. So we're doing some of that. Now I have only done up to now. I think it just needs to get past that, sending it right to the back, because now it seems to be filling up a bit more. Will it do these as well? Oh yes. Whoa, that was a massive amount. Blimey. Whoa, mama, okay. I'll have to unload in a minute, because at the moment I'm filling up the chipper itself and not the trailer. Right, let's turn it up for a second. Let's lift it. Another one does like to turn. Let's unload this into the trailer. Let's go again. Wow, okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to clear a load more. I'm either going to see when the field is cleared or this trailer's full. Whichever comes first. I think we're going to have the trailer full first. Did that just unload directly from... It did, didn't it? So we want to go trailer. Can I still back up? Can. Probably shouldn't be able to, but... Start overloading. .11:42, and here's where we're at. I can't remember what time I started. It certainly wasn't that long ago. A lot of the field is cleared. We've got a few more trees on the bottom end, a few around the edge to do. I have done most of the stuff around the side there, so I can extend the field round the corner a little bit to give myself a bit more. That trailer is full, 250,000 litres. That's full, 20,000 litres. That's full, 70. Oh, brilliant. I'm going to be using this all over the place. And it's great. I know I've said it before and I'll say it again, but if you're going to be clearing out any areas using a mulcher or something, just because you think, oh, I want to remove those trees, I want to put a new shelter or a barn or a building, and why not get the wood chips for it as well? It's perfect. So I'm going to take this down and unload what I can into the silo at the docks, and then I'm going to load into the boat and then put the rest in. And then what I'm probably going to do is go around and mop up a few of these odds and ends sort of trees dotted around all over the place. And I think the main silo at the farm now takes wood chips. In the update, Jim did it to take wood chips as well. So I'm probably just going to go around mopping up. I'm just going to tidy up a whole load, clearing up a few trees here and there. A few of these ones, maybe the larger ones. Some of those big ones, you get 20,000 litres. For those knobbly, gnarly ones, the ones that usually on the map you really struggle to get rid of. So why not? Jim also let me know when I get onto the boat. I kept going to the front to try and find the trigger to get into the boat. It's not at the front. I didn't need to go that way. I don't know, I just kept doing it. Whoa. Right, so that's unloading into there. If I get onto the boat and start unloading, I can do it about there. There we go. And then we go. So as one unloads, one loads. This should fill 280,000 litres. The trailer should empty. Then I'll go and get some more. I'll fill this one up. Then I'll still fill up the main silo. And then I'm fully stocked with wood chips. I'll have loads. And I can then do, again, I can just do runs backwards and forwards whenever I want. Go and do a load of wood chips. Why not? Right, hop down there. Right. Do I take a full load now? Or do I wait till I've got... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to... It's still loading the boat, so... Yeah, I'm going to carry on. Apologies for that. Just started coughing out of absolutely nowhere. Yeah, I'm going to... Yeah, why not? Let's see how much I can get. I'm just going to go around and do a load of clearing. You know what I'm like? I get a bit obsessive about these things. While I've got it leased, might as well use it. So I'll unload the 90,000 I've already got sitting in the trailers. So a few more trees up around here we might be able to get to. There's a couple of these ones dotted down here. Yeah. I think I can get through here. Look. Nice. And so, at 1:53, field 5 is cleared. And a little bit to the side. And I've cleared a little bit of wiggle room down the side, so if I want to extend, put an extra strip in, that way I can. I have also, I don't know if you can look across there, actually we'll drive across there, it'll be a lot easier, won't it? Should we go this way? Oh, I can't get out, can I? There's no gap. Luckily I have a Land Rover. Over here, I have cleared a space at the end of field 3 as well, so I could extend field 3 that way. So I've cleared a load of trees there, taken a couple out along here. Those knobbly gnarly ones, 20,000 litres per tree, those things, wow. I've cleared at the end of the field that way, so I can extend field 3 both ends. So not only, yeah, like I say, I wasn't just clearing field 5, I then thought, well, it's probably not a bad idea while I've got the machine to give myself a bit of wiggle room here and there. So what I'm going to do is when I get the plough out, because I'm going to need to plough field 5 before I use it, because it's on red. I cleared a little bit up there, thinned a few trees out. Oh, the other thing as well, that tree devourer, all the odds and ends, you know, the little lumps of tree and branches and logs that are laying around the map on the floor, that you can't pick up by hand and it won't let you use a chainsaw, it wood chips those. Absolutely fantastic. Near bother at all. I cleared a bit here, and I've also cleared this little strip, which I hadn't bought. I thought I kind of owned it, but this little bit here was about 7 grand. If we check on the map, where are we? Just here. That little bit there, 7,680. And thanks to Papa Farms, I think I might put a little orchard on here. I might put a few trees on it. I might go olives or something like that. I'm sure we had some olive trees, didn't we, that paid out. I'll have a look and see what we've got available. I might have some, but I might put some trees in there, because the animals are producing manure and stuff, so we could put a few fruit trees. I've cleared a few more trees around the yard area, behind a couple of the buildings, and I may have gone a bit over the top. You know what I'm like. When I get started, I can't stop. Field 10, that triangle out of field 10 that I mentioned, again, we'll go back to the map. Field 10, this bit here, I went out and I cleared that. So when I've harvested that next, I can plough, because that's got a corn in it, so that will need ploughing anyway. So what I'll do is I'll extend that out. And all honesty, field 11 is not too expensive, so I'm thinking of doing that too, and then combining them all. That at least is the plan. So when we go down to the dock, I'm going to take that load of 180,000 litres that I put onto the boat, we're going to take to sell. I'm going to look at other sawmill sell points that are potentially available, but here's the thing. So the boat has 180,000 litres on it. That's got 200,000 litres in it. That's got 250,000 litres in it. That's got a little bit in it. I don't think it's full, for 45,000 litres. So obviously my silos include that. So let's just have a quick look. I filled everything. So our 600,000 litres of silos, the 200,000 here at the dock and the 400,000 litre silo that's up in the main yard is completely full of wood chips. I then used my overflow silo, the one over by my palletising hall. That's got 500,000 litres in it. So we're up to 1.1 million litres, plus the 250,000 in that, plus the 180,000 in that. So we've got about 1.4 million litres of wood chips to sell. And to be fair, when you consider it's not even 2 o'clock, that tree devourer, it did not take me long. I wish I'd have had that on 6 ashes. Because like I say, 6 ashes, when you got a great demand on wood chips on 6 ashes, it was paying out like over £2,000 a thousand. I could have just, oh man, I mean, I made enough money as it was, but I'm pretty sure my total capacity in those 2 silos I had on 6 ashes was 700,000 litres. And I don't think, did I ever fill it completely? I think I might have done once. So yeah, that's where we're at. What I'm going to do is start her up. Before we go anywhere, I am going to top it up because I'm constantly terrified of running out of fuel. I don't know if I can put... There's the smaller gas cans, like the ones that come in that pack. Those 2 barrels I've put on the barge. You can get ones that you can pick up, the 20-litre ones. I wonder if I could put... Would it allow me to put a couple on the deck here? Maybe. This will be worth a try. Let's go to there. I want to make sure I take it from there and not from the ones that are on the deck of the... There we go. We are filled for a whopping cost of 22. So this 180,000 litres is going to go up to the sawmill to be sold. I've done this trip a few times now with various different things, and I like it. Now, I did think about whether or not I could put stuff on the barge. So I did think about, I mean, potentially, I wondered whether or not I could put the trailer, load the I refer to it as an articulated lorry, onto the barge, and then whether if I went to the sell point for wood chips, whether it would take it all off the trailer. That might be worth a try. Then I could do 250,000 litres in one go. But to be fair, this does 180. It's not, I mean, I suppose there's a fair difference in it between the two. But anyway, what I'll do, I will see you up there in a minute. I'm not too sure what it's paying for wood chips at the moment. It was paying 400 and something because we had a great demand, but I'm not sure if the great demand is still a thing. Actually, no, it doesn't hurt to have a look, does it? Wood chips, let's scroll down. Yeah, 483, that's not too bad, is it? There's a couple of different biomass heating plants available as well in the mod hub. I thought about maybe doing that so we could do some biomass, but they generally pay out far, far less. I mean, usually sort of 250, 280, something like that. I've got to be careful not to hit one of these. Jim sent me a brilliant picture the other day. He had been fiddling around for bits for the update he's doing, and he had given the sharks a collision. And there was a picture of one of this boat, and it had hit the shark, and it was kind of up in the air or down, and it was at a funny angle. It looked like the scene off Jaws where Jaws is biting the back of the boat. So yeah, it just made me laugh. I think he's taken that back off again because obviously if you get stuck on the shark, you're not having a good day, are you really? So anyway, as I said, I'll see you there in a moment. So as I round the headland once again, it's a very busy, I'll just say there's a lot of boats, it's a very busy sort of fishing area and commercial sort of thing. Anyway, all I need to make sure is on this first load, on all of the loads, I mean I've got 1.4 million litres, so I'm pretty sure I'm thereabouts, I'm going to cover the costs of that tree devourer. That's all I've got to do. I've got to cover the cost of the tree devourer, because in reality being paid is a bonus. Getting the wood chips and doing all that lumber is the bonus. Because what I was using it for was to clear the trees from the field and clear the trees from the areas where, there we go, where I wanted to extend fields and change a few things, a bit of tidying up. So whereas before you would have just used the mulchers and that would have, please tell me I've got stuck. There we go. Let's unload and see what we end up with. Bit of a rock going on there. If I hit something, don't think so. Whoa, 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 okay. Easy, Tiger. What's going on? Stormy seas. That's going up a lot quicker than I thought it was going. What in the world? That's why I don't like boats. Oh. That's not bad. 87 grand for one load. Oh yes. We could. I'm not too sure what's happening. Why has that started doing that? It's never done that before. Anyway, with that first load sold, I am going to have a look at sawmill options and potentially. I say making more money. Do I need to? At that price for 180,000 litres, like I said, that's all bonus revenue over and above. So I don't really need to make a fortune out of doing it. It's just another way to make money. And because it was a fairly straightforward, and I say quick, I mean, I've still put time in. It's not even, it's not like cheating money in where you turns over the next hour and bang, you've got 100,000 or however many you place. I still like to put the time in to do the wood chipping, but it's still a lot quicker than a lot of the other regular wood chippers. I'm really worried this is going to suddenly tip over or something. Anyway, job's done that I wanted to get done. And I'm done for today's episode. I'm off to take Celie G because she's got to have her first jab. Her first injection for the old dreaded, yeah, whether you agree with it or don't. Anyway, she's going to have it done, so I'm going to go off with her later on. I hope you have enjoyed the episode. I hope you're still enjoying the series. If you are, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest while I bounce my way back to the dock. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.